Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having a good weekend. I didn't have time yesterday to do a video. I was really busy, but I'll get into that in just a second. Before I get into today's video, I just want to say thank you, of course, to everybody for liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. Thank you to my Patreons. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to everybody that helps support the channel. If you would like to help support the channel, there are links in the description down below. Last week, I was talking to a friend of mine I work with named Greg, and he's a professional musician. He plays several instruments. He's done records. He's recorded stuff. He's been on tour. Anyway, he's a very good and knowledgeable audio person. A very good musician, too. His wife can sing unbelievably good. She's a really good singer. But anyway, showing him my channel and talking about it and the equipment that I got, he pointed out, and the more and more I think about it, the more and more I see that he was right, is that pretty much my entire audio setup here is not the right setup. It's more for studio recording, like if you were in a sterile environment and with no outside sounds or anything like that. And there's a couple of pieces of equipment in line before it goes into the interface into the computer, and I can eliminate a lot of that just by replacing the microphone and the interface. So instead of headphones being my next purchase for the channel, I'm going to get a new microphone and a new interface. All of that should be around less than $300. So that's what I'm saving up for. So that'd be the next purchase for the channel, and hopefully that'll make the audio sound way better. So let's see, there's that I'm going to be doing. Oh yeah. Kathy emailed me and said that, she had seen where Agent Elvis got canceled. Check this out. This is so funny. So, there's the headline, right? Netflix cancels Agent Elvis after just one series. Thank you, Lord. This was by, Celebritainment, November 16th of 2023, so just very recently. And the article goes on to say, Netflix has canceled Agent Elvis after one season. The streaming platform has scrapped a number of popular shows, including the animated series which reimagined Elvis Presley as a secret spy voiced by Matthew McConaughey, which Priscilla Presley starred as herself. Big shocker there, right? After 7 months of writers and actor strikes in Hollywood, Netflix has scrapped Agent Elvis along with other animated series, Captain Ball and Farzar. Never heard of those. Also on the chopping block were Glamorous and fantasy epic Shadow and Bone. Never heard of those either. With the latter having aired for 2 seasons with a spinoff in the works. Meanwhile, Priscilla, who was married to the King of Rock and Roll from 1967 until 1973, previously said Elvis would have loved voicing a federal agent in this show. Now, I'm going to stop myself right there because, of course, Elvis would have loved portraying a federal agent in a show. Like, that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to be a federal agent. That's just something that was inside of him, right? And he would have loved voicing one. However, I don't think he would have loved the adult content that was in it, the nasty, dirty jokes, the bestiality, the monkey that was an alcoholic womanizer. I don't think he would have liked all of that. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts. Let's see. She told The Hollywood Reporter, it would have been a dream come true for Elvis because this is really what he wanted to do. And like I said, I'm sure he did, but not like that. He wanted to be a federal agent, and for me, I've always wanted to give Elvis what he wanted and never really quite made it. So she wanted to give Elvis what Elvis wanted. Man, this woman, I tell you what. Netflix has described the show as offbeat, violent, and raunchy. Raunchy, to say the least. It was disgusting. I was going to say bile. It was disgusting. The synopsis teased, in the series, Elvis Presley trades in his white jumpsuit for a jetpack when he is covertly inducted into a secret government spy program to help battle the dark forces that threaten the country he loves, all while holding down his day job as the King of Rock and Roll. Priscilla, who co-created Now, I remember a lot of people saying, "Oh, but she didn't really have anything to do with him." Well, it was co-created by her. Okay, uh, Priscilla, who co-created the show with John Eddy, tweeted when the first trailer dropped, "So excited for Agent Elvis to come out March 17th on Netflix, and so proud to be a part of this amazing cast." As well as Priscilla and Matthew, the show also featured the voices of Don Cheadle, Caitlin Olsen, Johnny Knoxville, Niecy Nash, and Tom Kenny. I hope I said their names right. Some of those I know, some of them I don't. But anyway, so glad and thankful to see that Agent Elvis is finally getting canceled after just one season. So now what's left for Netflix to do is just to go ahead and wipe it completely off the platform so you can't ever go back and look at it ever again. And coming just before this announcement, which is completely ironic, is Linda Thompson. Now check out Linda Thompson. So everybody's familiar with Linda Thompson. Everybody loves Linda Thompson. She's a great person. So Linda Thompson happened to, I guess, maybe got a glimpse of the Priscilla movie. And I don't think she's real happy about it. So here's the headline. Elvis X Linda Thompson slams movie depictions of King as shares rare photos with him. That should say as she shares rare photos with him, I would think. Anyway, very confusing headline. Elvis Presley's former lover, Linda Thompson, has slammed the negative depictions of the King in recent movies as she shares rare photos with him. Now, that should be the headline there. That's pretty much the exact same thing the headline says. Anyway, she went on Instagram. I think it was November the 6th, maybe 7th. I'll show you in a minute. But she went on Instagram and voiced her opinion, and I guarantee you it directly relates to Priscilla and what she has done with this movie made by Sofia Coppola. So let's read what Linda Thompson had to say. So this was November the 6th. On Instagram, she shared this picture of her and Elvis riding a motorcycle together. And it says, "Rolling into the week like. So grateful to the many legions of fans who captured images of Elvis and me during my 4.5 years of living at Graceland with him. What memories. Contrary to the way he may be depicted by various movies, books, and other people's accounts, Elvis was a fun-loving, happy, gorgeous, sensitive, tender, sentimental, generous, complicated in his simplicity, wonderful human being. He deserves to be remembered as someone who truly tried to give his best to those he loved and to the world." And that is beautiful. And that is what Linda has always said. She's not the one who's been squeezing what little bit of blood that's left into a turnip on a horse that's down, that she's been kicking for the last 50 years. But anyway, just wanted to share that. I thought that was pretty good timing on Linda's part. Maybe she got a little inside Iggy on the cancellation of Agent Elvis and was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to voice my opinion on all of this stuff. But anyway, as you know, she was actually the one who spoke this year during his anniversary of his death in Graceland. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go, but there are a video or audio of her speech that she made, and it's a very touching speech. So I encourage you to go find that and listen to it. Let's see, what else is going on? So just to give you a little update on yesterday. So my brother was in town. He had come up from Florida, and I was visiting with him. My mother has had COVID for the last 3 weeks, or I haven't been able to see her for the last 3 weeks. I think I actually posted that I had a really good visit with my mom, and that was the actual last time I got to visit with her, because the facility a couple of days after that had contracted COVID, and they pretty much shut down visitation, and you just couldn't go see her. And on top of that, her cell phone charger quit working during all that. I wasn't able to go and replace it. So anyway, I went yesterday and spent some time with my mom, and which was pretty cool. She's doing really good. Came through COVID. She's tested negative, and she has COPD. So everybody that's familiar with my channel, you already know that she's in a nursing home. Got put there last March because she's pretty much bedridden. They put her in a wheelchair and she can wheel herself around, but she can't walk or get up on her own or anything like that. And anyway, I just went and spent some time with her yesterday, and was busy all day today. It's Saturday, in case whatever day this is you're watching it. Working on the car. For those of you who don't know, if you have a GDI engine, I didn't know a thing existed until I actually bought this Kia that I've had for a couple of years now. And just here recently, I didn't know you were supposed to spray GDI cleaner, which makes no sense because there's not anything on the car actually called GDI. It should be called a GDI engines valve cleaner or something like that. Anyway, it's GDI cleaner, and you're supposed to spray it in, and it cleans the intake valve, the carbon off the intake valve, because I'm sure most of you don't probably know, the detergents in gasoline in a normal engine are actually what keeps the carbon deposits off of the intake valve as it's sucking in air and fuel mixture. On a GDI engine, which stands for gas direct injection, the gas doesn't come through the intake port or valve. It comes in a direct injected port into the cylinder head. So if you don't spray that cleaner in there, carbon builds up on the intake valve, and it can throw a check engine code. It can make it misfire. I've had a couple of misfires in cylinder 1 and cylinder 2 this past week, and so I'm hoping that kind of eliminates that issue. And I have to change the spark plugs, and of course they're special spark plugs, so I'll get around to doing that tomorrow, hopefully. I was trying to get it in today, but it's just with this stupid daylight savings time, which, comment down below if you just wish we would completely do away with daylight savings time. Just go back to the way it is in the summer all year long. Please, 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 please. But anyway, it got dark at like 4:30 here, so had to shut that show down. My diverticulitis. Back in October, I went on into the hospital with a diverticulitis flare-up. The antibiotics wasn't working, the oral antibiotics, and I had to have IV antibiotics. I ended up staying overnight. That bill is just enormous, and I have to go to a surgeon because the last resort for my particular type of diverticulitis, because it's so chronic and so severe, surgery is pretty much the only option. And I don't have insurance. I can't afford surgery, so I'm having to find an alternative path to get surgery done. And so that path is finally working out. Looks like hopefully it'll be sometime around January, mid-January I'm looking at, to have this surgery done, and I'll have to take, of course, time off of work. I'm hoping I can get healed a little quicker than what they're saying. Everything I've read says it usually takes 2 to 4 weeks to recover completely. I hope to get it done quicker than that because I just can't miss a whole lot of work. And, of course, I'll be probably not doing this for a little while either. But I will be back no matter what. So the only times I don't upload during the week is when I'm either extremely busy, I'm running errands for my mom, or I just don't feel good because of the diverticulitis. It's not so much the pain that comes with it, it's the infection and all the side effects from the infection that keeps putting me down, I guess. Where I just want to stay in the bed all day. If anybody had the flu, it kind of feels like that. But anyway, I also wanted to announce that I had a huge response to Home Free when I was doing their videos. I think I've done three of them so far, and just an enormous response. A ton of new subscribers, so thank all of you for subscribing to the channel who are Home Free fans. What I have decided to do is try to change the schedule up a little bit. And now, grant you, this is when I'm able to upload, when there's nothing else going on and when I'm feeling good enough to do a video. Monday will be Elvis. Tuesday will be Elvis. Wednesday will be Elvis. Thursdays will be something entirely new. Not Elvis, not Home Free, just something new. I have gotten a lot of requests for things other than Elvis, so I'm going to try to squeeze those in on Thursdays. And then, check this out. So Fridays, starting next week, they will be known as Home Free Fridays. Check that out. What do you think about that? Pretty cool background, huh? So that will be Home Free Fridays, where every Friday I will do a home free song. And they're just such a good group, and they have an extensive catalog of music and covers, and I love hearing covers from other bands. I don't know what it is. I just like hearing good artists cover other good artists' work. But anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this update. Kind of just a bunch of things thrown into one. Let me know your thoughts on some of this stuff. Let me know your thoughts on this, and if it's a good idea to do Home Free Fridays. I think it is. But anyway, that's all I got for you today. Thank everybody again for watching. Thank everybody for liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. And y'all keep TCBing. We'll see you next time. Take care now. Bye-bye. Channel update and other random tidbits. Take 1. Writing music with Priscilla Presley when he is covertly the country he lives, that threaten, contrary to the way he may be depicted. I also have to change spark plugs, which of course they're special spark plugs, and but we'll see y'all next time. Y'all keep TCBing.